Hey everybody. I wanted to make a better video, kind of giving a review of Children's Nationwide Hospital. For those of you that don't know, I have a special needs child. She has two very rare conditions, and she's had many surgeries and lots of procedures, therapies, you name it, my kid's had it. So anyways, we had to have surgery uh, last Monday, like 5 of them all at one time. Usually I don't like hospitals. I'm very usually against them because of our past experiences. But I have to give credit where credit is due. Children's Nationwide Hospital in Columbus, Ohio is amazing. They are so amazing. Let me tell you a little bit about our story. So about 2 years ago, my daughter was getting care in Atlanta, and it just wasn't working. We just were not having any luck. They weren't doing what they needed to do for her. I'm not going to name any clinics or anything, but they just weren't doing what they were supposed to. So, being the bulldog mom that I am, I got online and I started searching for ways to help my daughter. And so I found a Facebook page that was dedicated to kids that have similar conditions to what my daughter does. And for a little while, I was following and noticing that there was this one doctor specifically on these pages that I was following that was answering questions of people that were not his patients. And he was being very helpful. And so then I followed his name to the hospital that he works at, Dr. Levitt. Fantastic doctor, very, very, very knowledgeable. He's a great surgeon. He's paving the way for colorectal, everything. He started the colorectal clinic for colorectal and pelvic reconstruction clinic at Nationwide Children's Hospital. And they are helping so many children right now. The staff, the nurses, everybody is wonderful. They work very closely with the Ronald McDonald House Charities. There's actually, that's where I am right now, is I came across the street so I could take a shower and stuff and wash clothes. They work very closely with those charities to make sure that your stay at their hospital is the most comfortable possible for you and your children. Um, you know, I was so afraid that my daughter was going to have a very hard life, and she wasn't going to be able to have very much independence, and that the doctors that we were initially working with were not listening. Even though a parent is their child's best advocate, a lot of doctors don't think that. They won't listen. But every concern that I have had at this hospital has been addressed. Every nurse, every doctor, every janitor has been so nice and so helpful. My kid has changed her mind every 10 minutes for the past 72 hours about what she wanted to drink, and every single nurse that she has had has been happy to oblige her by going and getting whatever it is that she wanted as many times as she wanted it. So, this the first time that we came here, they have this program called Bowel Management Boot Camp. You come up here, and there's like 10 or 12 other families that do it all at the same time. And you meet at the Ronald McDonald House, and the hospital and the Ronald McDonald House work together to make it so that you have parent meetings so that you can meet other families that are going through the same things that you're going through. My little girl met her best friend up here on our very first trip, and they live in Indiana. If we hadn't been able to come up here and do all this, she would have never met her. And they're amazing to each other. They, they have similar issues going on, and the hospital tries their best to arrange for you to be able to, have your procedures and stuff with the kids that you've met, and the every doctor up here listens to you and is at the top of their game. They have teams for everything. They have colorectal team, they have the urology team, they have ear, nose, and throat team. They have teams. It's not just one doctor that comes to see you. It's not just one. It is a team of doctors that comes to see you because they realize that one opinion or one site might not be enough to figure out what's going on with your kid. And not only do they have teams dedicated to those specialties, but those specialties actually communicate with each other. Foreign concept. They actually talk to each other and work with each other to figure out if one specialty is affecting the other so that they can figure out how to properly help your child. They have people that come into your room and teach you all the classes that you need in order to take care of your kid when you have new procedures and stuff like that. Usually you'd have to go into like a big classroom full of people in Atlanta and have to learn it like that. Nope. Individual person comes in and gives you extra supplies so that you don't have to worry about purchasing a lot of stuff right off the bat. They set up all your medical supply stuff for you so that you don't have to go through all that, even though we live in Georgia and they're in here in Ohio. They're helping us set up all that stuff. Their communication is phenomenal. There's somebody in the room every hour checking on my child, making sure that she's okay. She's having a rough go at it right now, but they are keeping such a close eye on her. Finally, the nurses that were over there were like, "You need to go and have some rest." I'm like, "Okay." So I came over here to take a shower. I'm about to head back. But, you know, I cannot say enough good things about this hospital. The faculties are clean. There's like a 40-inch flat screen TV in each room, 30 to 40-inch flat screen TV that's equipped with Netflix and all sorts of movies. There are physical therapists, massage therapists that come and will massage your kid as long as they want them to, you know, however they want them to for, it's just amazing. And, over here at the Ronald McDonald House, they have people to give parents massages and stuff like that. They have people that come and cut your hair, and they provide 3 meals a day over here for the families and anything else that you need, activities for the kids here and at the hospital. They try to make sure that your kid has the best experience through the toughest time in their lives. They are truly dedicated to families and children. It's like being a part of a community healthcare system. It's a community. They link the parents together, they link the doctors together. You feel like you're really being taken care of, like you're a part of their family. It's a huge thing. These surgeries that they just did for my little girl are gonna give her so much independence in her future. And if we hadn't came here, we would have never been able to figure out the things that were going on with her. They figured out more about my kid in the first 3 days that we were here than where we were going before had figured out in a year or two. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional about it because I appreciate this place so much. This, by far, to me, is the best hospital in the country. It really is. So if you want phenomenal care and a great experience for you and your child, come to Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio.